the indies, because then I'll be happy. Like, the storyline was, it was right before Halloween. Gabe decided to have a little fun and, you know, pulled Daniels out of the match and decided, you know, this would be a good night to have Curryman in. So, Jay Lethal's out there. I come out, say, unfortunately, we had a problem. Daniels can't make it tonight. I had to quick find him, quick find a suitable replacement to wrestle Jay Lethal. Ladies and gentlemen, here you go, Curryman. Curryman comes out, he's doing the dance, everybody's happy, but me. Because there's a little known fact, I hate the Curryman mask. It's not that I hate it, I'm deathly afraid of it. That is the most frightening fucking mask I've ever seen. I hate its little hat, I hate its little bowl of rice, I hate its teeth, and Daniels always used to tease me, and I said, you know, like, one day, I just know I'm going to be on the road, and Daniels is going to sneak into my hotel room, and I'm going to wake up, and it's going to be like The Godfather, where you wake up with the horse in your bed. I'm going to wake up with the Curryman mask in my bed. Like, that thing, seriously, like, gives me the heebie-jeebies. And so when they said I had to work with Curryman, like, they knew right away a piece of me died inside, because I did not want to have to deal with that. And so I get there, and like, then the dance-off starts, and then they're like, you got to come in, and the whole time I'm in there, I'm mumbling under my breath. I'm like, I hate you motherfuckers. I hate you motherfuckers. I'm doing the Curryman dance. I want to go home. I don't want to be here. So I do it. Then we get Keener to do it, and I laughed at Keener because that was fun. And that was a hilarious match. I enjoyed it, with the exception of Curryman was there. I would have much rather have been Daniels. Okay, right before the first one happened, we did a thing where all of us are in the ring. And we have different photographers. And I'm in the middle, and I got my hair, and I got my A to Z jacket, and my hair's long and down. And you gotta watch the beginning of the Shimmer DVDs, because when they start playing the music and the logo starts going, and then you see them panning across, you see all the girls posing, and you see me go right back to posing. I'm yelling at the photographer because he was being an asshole. And like, I think he got mouthy with one of the girls, and I think it was me pretty much telling them to shut the fuck up or get the fuck out. So. So, and then the next day, fast forward to April 1st, and I think we did a pre-show 6-woman, and it was myself, Mischief, and Rain. Yeah, myself, Mischief, and Daisy versus Rain, Lacey, and Melissa. And I remember Daisy got hurt in that match. Daisy went to roll up Rain and landed head first and got a stinger. And at one point, she rolled to the ring apron, Mischief goes in, I actually go over, pick up Daisy and carry her back to our side, and I said, you don't have to continue, and she's like, yes, I do. I'm like, seriously, if you're that hurt, you know, we can do this. The 5 of us will get through it. And she's like, I'm not abandoning post, and she sucked it up, and even though she couldn't feel anything from like her neck down, she somehow found a way to get through it. And I mean, she got power bombed into the corner on top of Mischief with no feeling from the neck down. And I couldn't believe that she did. I'm like, please don't do this. And she was a trooper, and she got through it. And that's another cool tag, and I don't know if they ever put that out on video or DVD, but I'd like to find it because I really like that match. Okay, that was kind of a long story. What happened was I'd gotten flown to Detroit and then was picked up by a wrestler and taken over. And at this point, I had bought purple luggage. because I felt, okay, with purple luggage, I'm not going to have a problem with losing my luggage. I'm going to see it immediately, grab it, go. So, packed my bag. I want to say I carried the belt with me. Yeah, I always bring the belt on carry-on because I'm so afraid someone's going to steal it. So I have the belt for carry-on, packed all my wrestling gear, flew to Michigan, got to Detroit, everything's great, purple bag's out, grab my bag, go. Get to the building, everything's right as rain, open up my bag. There is stretchy bands, a 12-step program book, and Viagra. I had gotten a guy named Hashish's bag. I don't know what this dude was doing with the exact same purple bag as me, but he took my bag and I had his. And he's calling the airlines bitching because he packed his medication in his bag and he had to have it. And I'm like, one, everybody knows if you have medication, you carry that shit on the plane. You don't pack it. Just like you do not pack your car keys in your check-in luggage. Car keys are carry-on. If you lose your luggage, you can still get home. So I had contacted Southwest Airlines, and Southwest was like, well, he's got your bag, and you can drive back to Detroit with his and switch it out. And I said, listen, I'm conducting business, and I immediately, after I'm done here, have to drive to Chicago. And they're like, well, I don't know, what are we going to do? I was like, you can't deliver that bag to me, because a lot of airlines, like US Air and Delta Airlines in America, if they lose your luggage, they'll deliver it. Southwest Airlines isn't one. They're one of those discount brands. Great to fly for, but God help you if you lose your bag, because you're pretty much screwed. So I explained to them, I said, listen, this is what I can do. Please forward my bag to Chicago, because apparently my bag, he must have opened it and checked it at the airport and realized he had the wrong bag and went looking for his. So my bag was still at the airport. He left the airport without it. I said, I'm going straight to Chicago. I know you guys have a hub in Midway. What I'll do is take his bag with me to Chicago, bring it straight to the airport, drop it off, let you deliver it. Please send my bag to Chicago. I must have it. And they were like, yeah, no problem. So I go up to the promoter. I said, listen, I've got nothing but the belt. All my gear's gone. All my makeup's gone. Everything's gone. I have no change of clothes. I have no toothbrush. Nothing. So the promoter was really cool. His name's Steve Goff. Hands me a couple bucks. Says, someone's going to run you over to the local Myers, which is like a Tesco. Grab what you can. Make something of it. A guy lent me a pair of boots, which was really funny because they were a little bit too big, so they looked kind of like Ronald McDonald clown shoes. But I was just grateful that he had an extra pair of boots on him. So I grabbed this makeshift outfit that made me look like one of the Hardy Boys, which was kind of amusing. And so I have to face Kong, and one of the biggest challenges of facing Kong at this point was I was the big heel for World 1. So we had to bring Kong in as a babyface, and if you've seen Amazing Kong, it's hard to imagine her as a babyface. And she even expressed a little concern to me, how are we going to do this? I said, Konger, if any two people in wrestling can do this, you and I can pull this off. We can do this. Just follow my lead. Let's have fun. So we have everything figured out. I said, I'm going to get in the ring. I'm going to cut a promo about this guy's bag. Like, I actually took the luggage, threw it in the ring, opened up, went through it, read passages of his book, showed everybody his medication, just made this big fuss about it. And then they had set up this little work-shoot angle with these few local wrestlers from a rival promotion that showed up, and they're like, do something with him, have a schmoz, beat up the one kid, we're going to throw him out, and it's going to lead to something down the line between the two companies. I said, okay. So it was supposed to be cut the promo, jump the kid, Kong comes out, have the match. Halfway through my promo, the music guy just decides to start playing Kong's music. No reason, nobody prompted him. He was just being a fuck ass and started playing the music. And Kong comes out, and she knew the fight hadn't happened. She's like looking at me like, what's up? And I was just like, go with whatever I do. She's like, what are you going to do? I go, I have no clue. Just go with it. Circle around a couple times, shoot the music guy dirty looks. I look at the kid. At this point, he hasn't said anything to me. And I go, what did you say? And like his friend picked up on it, so his friend immediately started jaw-jacking at me. And then the other kid picked up, starts jaw-jacking at me. So I step out, and I'm like, what do you got to say? Got in his face, decided, all right, let's have fun with this. Bitch slapped him so hard. I was supposed to hit him, bitch slapped him, cracked him right across the face. He kind of stumbles back. I go, ooh, that was fun. Launched myself over the guardrail and just jumped him. Wedged him underneath a chair and just started punching this kid. And he'd done nothing to me. I just felt like beating him up. And I'm punching him over and over again, and they're trying to pull me off him. So I sink my teeth into his shoulder and not let go. So as they're dragging me away and they're splitting us up, he's dragging along with it because his shoulder is in my mouth. Finally, they pull us apart. I demand that he gets thrown out. Him and all his friends get thrown out. Everything goes well. I get back in the ring, and Kong just starts beating the piss out of me, and that's about the next 10 minutes of my life, was just getting the shit kicked out of me by Kong. Chops, held through the ropes, chopped, brought all around, hair pulled, tossed all around. Eventually, took the splash, took the back fist, took 2 back fists for the finish. Everything's done. Kong's your new champ. I go to the back, and the next day, the kid MySpaces me. Now, this is supposed to be, at this point, a whole shoot thing. MySpaces me. Thanks for letting me be a part of the Angle Danger. Have a great day. I was like, no, you're in the middle of an angle. Why are you posting this? I deleted it. I was like, and deny. But, yeah. Went to Chicago the next day and finally got my bag, got my gear. I still have my Jeff Hardy gear, though. And the first match that I had in Japan, I had against Saki Mimura. My brother was my second, which was really cool. And I was very happy with that match. She gave some of the best German suplexes I ever had to take. Really easy to work with, really fun. And there was a funny spot in the beginning, because Steve told me, he's like, she's really, really popular. Expect for her to get a lot of streamers. And I was like, okay, cool. He goes, just kind of flip out, yell at it. So all the streamers come, and I mean, an unbelievable amount. So I was like, and I'm grabbing at them, and I'm grabbing them, and I'm tossing them around. And what I don't realize is I'm wrapping myself in them. And what a lot of people may not know is the streamers that they have in Japan are really much different than the streamers we have in America. The ones in America are very cheap paper, fall apart very easily. These ones are strong. They can cut you. And I got so wrapped up, I'd cocooned myself inside it, and I couldn't get out. I was stuck. And I'm like this, and I'm like, oh! I'm like, Steve, and he's like, what? I'm like, stuck! And he's like, no, you're not. And he just is like, I'm like, yeah! And so the young girls at ringside start pulling on it, and they end up sweeping my feet out from under me. I bump, and I'm still completely cocooned in all these streamers. And I'm fighting so hard, and I'm screaming for Steve to help me. Steve's standing there pissing himself laughing in the ring. He can't even compose himself enough to come help me get out. So the young girls are like, what the hell? They pull me out and drop me on the floor, and I'm still stuck in streamers. And finally they come up and they have to tear it piece by piece to get me done. And Steve never once helped me. Never once. But we did a couple comedy spots where, whenever he's over there, he yells, Carino Ichiban, which is Carino #1. And at one point, I was on top of Mimura, and I'm like, Carino, Shoppai! And I pretty much just said, Carino, shit. And so he was like, no, it's Ichiban. I'm like, oh, Carino Ichiban. And he interfered a little bit for me. And that was so cool to have my brother at ringside with me. I had such heat because my brother had gotten death threats from one of the fans. It's still real to them at CWF Mid-Atlantic. They take it so seriously there, and which is really, really cool and really, really fun till they start sending you death threats. And of course, being who Steve and I are, we mocked the guy. We openly mocked him and laughed at him after he sent these things. And I was determined to get more heat than he did. And I think I succeeded because I ran my mouth so much. A large family threatened to walk out of the show and refuse to ever return if I were booked there ever again. So I felt I did my job as a heel very well. Had fun, had a great time teaming with Amber. Easy working with Lorelai, easy working with G-Star. I remember that as I was getting to a point where in wrestling I was bitter at myself because I had such an injury-prone year. I was kind of grumpy, and I kind of got like a fuck it attitude. I'm like, fuck it, I'm just gonna go kill myself for the next few months. You know, I just don't even care. And I kind of went on like a self-destructive path. And so when I got into that match, like, you can see, because I've struggled with depression over the years, you could see I was really struggling at that point. I was unhappy in my personal life. I was unhappy in my professional life. I was 29, getting ready to turn 30 in 6 months. Didn't know where I was going in life, and I kind of lost my way. And you can see that. You can, like, if you see me in that match, you can see like I just have like a dead expression to my face, and I pretty much just had a fuck it attitude. Kick the shit out of me. I don't care. I just wanted to kind of feel something again. So I went into a lot of matches there for about 5 months where I just had a death wish in everything that I did. And I started taking ridiculous bumps that I never would have taken normally. And I remember Jim Cornette was at that show. Gabe decided to spice things up from the normal tag match and do one heel, one baby, one heel, one baby. I think Daisy was still kind of a heel at that point, so she was the heel on that side. Mischief was the face. I was the face. Lacey was the heel. In the ring, set us up for everything. I took the mist. Like, Lacey tried to help me with something, saw the mist coming, threw me in the path of it. I got misted. Mischief debuted a move that she hadn't used in a while, where she puts you in a Shattered Dreams, gets on the second, hooks you like a pedigree, and then pile drives you from the second. I said, yeah, beautiful, brilliant, I'll take it. Take it. Right after I take that, I think it was either the Heart Punch Yakuza kick or might have been the Mind Trip. It was one of Daisy's finishes, so I took the mist and 2 finishes in that match. And I remember getting help to the back. I sit down, and Jim Cornette comes up, and he goes, "What the fuck was that?" He goes, "You should be dead." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, he couldn't believe that we pulled off that pile driver because it looks so devastating. I mean, to take it from the second. Mischief protected me. I'd take it again anytime from her. Yeah, Jim Cornette yelled at me for that one. But that was the beginning of a time where I just kind of went on a downward spiral with wrestling. Always. I steal everything from him, especially the fact that he retired December 31st. I stole his music, stole his old finish, and he wasn't hitting it that much. And Mike Keener was ribbing me the one day on Instant Messenger, and I was like, I need to come up with something new. I'd come up, because like there's a lot of blank spots between the Shimmer and then going back to the next Shimmer in October, and it's because I'd moved to Switzerland for a while. And I was living over there, working with GSW, working with Queens of Chaos, and just kind of exploring around. Did some stuff for Sweet Soria and Ricky Knight's group, WAW. And So Shimmer was the first stuff I did when I had come back, and I had been telling Mike, I was like, I need something new. I need something fresh. You know, people haven't seen me for a while. I've been living over here in Switzerland, trying to make a name for myself in the European scene. And I was like, I need something new. And I explained to him, you know, I came up with 2 variations for my neck breaker. I'd come up with some new chain wrestling stuff that Joe Legend had taught me. And Keener goes, why don't you just use the expulsion? And I'm like, man, Steve would kill me. That's his move. He goes, barely use it anymore. He goes, fuck, I even use it sometimes when I wrestle. I was like, really? I was like, yeah, I'll call it the Expulsion 07. Like, that was the game plan because people hadn't seen it in a while. So on and so forth, hit the new neck breaker, caught Cindy, hit the Expulsion, 1, 2, 3, ended the feud. It's all done there. And like a day later, I get this text message, old school expulsion with a question mark, LOL. And that's all he said. And I just sent back a smiley face. I was like, yeah, I stole that. I was quite pleased with myself. I just loved to mess with my brother.
There she is, folks. Hey, Danger. Danger, get on the floor. Last night, both women had a very, very strong matchup last night. Daisy Hayes, though, came up to win it by holding on to the ropes. I see no problem with that. If you don't get caught, he's not cheating. Danger doesn't look at determination on her face, especially after she got embarrassed last night. Daisy Hayes, again, like I told you, showing a different side of her personality, and I kind of like it. Here we go. Rematch, baby. Collar elbow tie up. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, she got a face. She got a face.
3, 4.
Oh! Oh! Oh, side headlock. Oh, she's really wrenching it in. Gonna pop a head like a zit. Right to the wrist lock. Oh, fish hooker.
What do you say, Daisy? Oh, she's got the ropes. Come on,
Daisy's in the ropes.
2.
Break the hold. Oh, Daisy does not look happy. Go behind. Oh, takedown. Beautiful takedown by Allison Danger. Into a front chancery.
What do you say, Daisy?
Works her way up. As arm hooks her up here. Could be for a suplex. No. Daisy blocks it, small back. And around they go. Oh, they both get out. Dizzying move there.
You all right?
Both women very dizzy.
Both dizzy?
Oh! That got put in the jaw. Oh, that was a shot. Oh, man. Snap, man. Hooking her up now. Right into the front chancery.
What do you say, Danger?
Wow. Daisy Hayes with the attitude. I'm telling you, folks, a different side of Daisy Hayes. And I'm feeling it. Roll right up, right. Beautiful. Almost into something like a guillotine choke. She wraps the legs around it, squeeze away. That'll be the guillotine choke. But still nonetheless effective. And there goes the legs right around. Guillotine choke. Very good submission hold. Oh, now she's hitting in the back. I like that. Another shot. Oh. Oh. Cover. Only a 1 count there, really. Allison Danger, she's feeling it. Daisy Hayes now just wait. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, this is definitely a different side. Hard.